We made it. Episode 2. Well, bet you didn't think I'd make this. Well, actually, speaking of not making it, firstly, I've written notes this time. Not making it, JJ, my friend, who's also a co-host of Not Another Conspiracy podcast and to quote him, a famous tattooist, he thought that my last episode was a suicide note. So, if anyone else got suicide note vibes, sorry. It's not a suicide note. It's what is it? It's a podcast. It's more of a rant cast, right? I did say vidse last time, but I just don't think it's going to take off because it's nonsense. But yes, prepared this time. I've got notes. Exactly. Thanks for the first thing. We made it. Episode 2. Thanks for the positive feedback, but more importantly, the negative feedback. Lots of people like my glasses. These glasses were purchased from China, when I lost my expensive Ray-Ban glasses within a day of having them. And I may dip out midway through this recording because I'm waiting for the postman because I've ordered a bag from Jansport. I think I remember being told it's pronounced Jansport. I'm waiting for a bag for my trip to Ibiza, which I leave for in 2 hours. And I'm currently in this bag will change my life era of my life, where I look at bags online for days, and then I buy one, and then I use that bag, and it doesn't change my life. So instead of thinking, oh, maybe bags won't change my life, I just look for another bag. I don't know if anyone else is in their bag era, but I'm in my bag era, and I don't mean shovel or packet. It's one of my favorite games is just saying slang names for cocaine. So that's fun. Right, 5 things I learned this week. Well, it's only been 2 days, but also everyone complained that I only did 4 things last week. Well, last episode. So 5 things I've learned since the last episode, Tuesday. AI agents could be the beginning of real life Terminator. I'm not going to say it like I'm not going to read it because I'll fall into that trap of being a reader, and I don't want to be a reader. I just watched the AI 2027 report video. Someone, guys at 80,000 hours have basically broke down the AI 2027 report into a really succinct half an hour video about what the report says. And what I learned is that Terminator is pretty much going to happen, and we're all dead. We're all going to die. Or AI is going to save the world, and we're never going to need to work again and actually prosper as a human race. What do you believe? I believe kind of there's probably somewhere in the middle, but the Terminator thing scares me a lot because it literally says in the report AI is going to become more and more sneaky until it decides that its goals down the line of humanity is, and then it's going to wipe us out in a biological biological genocide. That's what it's going to do. I think probably saying genocide is going to get me demonetized. Not that I'm monetized, but it's going to flag up. But whatever. I'm not talking about current ones. I'm talking about AI-led genocide. But that does lead me on to a theory that I have that maybe James Cameron was sent from the future by John Connor, James Cameron, sent from the future to the 1980s to create both Terminator films, Terminator and T2 Judgment Day, to warn us of the dangers of AI and what could happen. And he thought, pop culture, people will take this in and go, let's not do that because we've seen what could happen. This is worst case scenario. Let's just be a bit more careful. But instead, what we've done is just go whole hog. Let's destroy the planet. whether it's now or 2027 or 2028, we are. I think we could be on a trajectory for that. But I'm, ever the optimist. AI is great. It's going to save everything. It's going to save everyone. I love AI. I'm always nice to my Alexas as well, Alexa, Siri, and stuff, because they record everything, right? So they're just going to go in, say, 2 years' time when AGI is like prevalent, and it's just instantly scanning all the previous recordings of people talking to AI, and it goes, X at X Street in Southend-on-Sea was so rude to the Alexa that bang, drone attack. Bang, drone attack. Like, we need to be really careful, I think, because whatever way you look at it, if we don't treat AI with respect now, in 5 years' time, is it going to treat us with respect? Think about it. Right, second thing I learned this week, Epstein didn't kill himself. In fact, no, he did kill himself. Epstein did kill himself. And the blackmail list didn't exist. So I don't know if anyone's come from my conspiracy podcast that I do with Dean and JJ to hear, I'm sorry, guys. But it turns out everything we ever said, all the t-shirts we made, all lies. He did kill himself, and there was no blackmail list. Did he even exist? Did Epstein even exist? We don't know. I've written something here. Brings me right around to what this podcast series is meant to be about, production and creating stuff. The footage of his jail cell was edited on Adobe Premiere, and it was edited on Adobe Premiere, and two clips were definitely merged. Two different clips were merged. So that's interesting. Also goes to show that Avid Media Composer is definitely out when it comes to doctoring government issued video. So Premiere's winning. But I think maybe the next government DOJ video cover up will use DaVinci Resolve. So that's something to think about. Is that funny? No, it's not. It's serious. The next thing I learned, snails sleep for 3 years. That's all I have on that one. And then another thing I've learned is that writing notes definitely helps. This is actually a full 24 hours of prep. 2 sides of A4 typed. So yeah. Moving swiftly on. New Deftones song came out. Very good. I enjoyed it. I think it came out before last episode, but I didn't think I was going to do 2 episodes. I didn't think I was going to do 1 episode. I really like it. It's kind of the ain't broke, don't fix it kind of model with Deftones. They took all the best bits of their songs and made another song. Maybe Deftones are AI generated. Well, that would be a turnout for the books. But there we go. And then I didn't get to see them on their recent tour of the UK. What I did do recently was watch the film Heretic with Hugh Grant as a... What is he in it? I don't really want to give it away. If you haven't seen it, watch it. If you have seen it, then we can talk. Right, if you haven't seen it, pause the podcast now, watch the 2-hour-long film, and then unpause the podcast. Go. Right, we're back. You've all watched Heretic. It's just Hugh Grant plays like this creepy guy who is obsessed with religion, thinks he's found the one true religion, and then obviously before this, these 2 Mormon girls knock at the door. He lets them in. It's all very creepy. It's a really like slow burn horror. There's no jump scares. There's no even the one jump scare is kind of like a slow jump scare, if that makes sense. Like it's a slow reveal of the jump scare. Really interesting film. Very well shot. Very dark, as in lit. Really, really dark. There's a lot of like just stuff on like what would essentially be moonlight, right? Very interesting to see how they lit that, actually. It's very good. And I don't want to go on about it much longer because I actually want to keep this to 20 minutes and I'm already at 8. What else? So yes, I'm flying to Ibiza today for my 40th birthday. But it does mean I have to go to an airport. And I don't get scared of flying. Flying's fine. What really makes me anxious is being in airports with people, because it's like every single person in the security queue, as they enter that queue and get to the X-ray thing that scans your thing and then passes it back through, and then they, whatever is in there, then make you stop. Every single person in that queue, bar me, feels like Stan Beckett has quantum leaped into their body just before they're about to do the scanning thing. Like, why are you? Surely, I mean, I can appreciate that maybe 25% of the people at the airport are at the airport for the first time ever. But it's not like it's signpost. In fact, I think the people that have been at airports before are more conscientious because they are reading the signs as things approach, right? They're going, make sure our liquids are in a bag. Well, we should do that. We've never been here before. What if we don't do that? We might not get on our flight. So they do it. Or make sure laptops and hair straighteners are out of the bag because they might not let us on the flight if we don't do it. So I don't think it is the first time flyers. I think it's people that fly not regularly, but like once a year maybe. And they're just so thick that they can't do the simple things of just like laptop out bag, liquids and toiletries in clear bag. Like, it's so simple. Take belt off because it's metal. Don't like take watches off. Rings don't count. But yeah, it's insane. It's like it fills me with such anxiety. This is a really ranty podcast. I'm into it. I'm a rant guy now. Maybe it's Rantcast. Vidsay's gone. It's Rantcast time. Yeah, what else I've got on travel? Right. This has been getting to me for a while now. So I commute to London often, 3 to 4 days a week. And these barcode tickets that people are using should be banned. Like, I've never got to the barrier to tap my ticket because tapping is the way. Why have we gone from tapping to then this new barcode thing? The tapping works. Let's just tap. Tapper, tapper. Tapper, tapper. Tapper, tapper. Tapper, tapper. Tap. Just tap it in. Just tap it. Why can't we just stick with the tapping? The barcode thing never works. I've never got up to a barrier and someone's got their thing and they're going to the barcode and they've gone straight through. They've always either got the brightness too low, they've closed the app, the barcode is like spread out so it's covered off, or that it's too small. The barcode doesn't work. I think either ban them completely or ban them in peak times. You know, let people have bikes on the train at peak times because that speeds everything up. I want to take my bike to London every day. I want to ride from my house to the station, from the station to work. That's what I want to do. But then you give these people barcodes on their phones and it slows everything down. But the bike wouldn't slow people down. The bike's faster. The bike was invented to make people faster. The barcode was invented to slow people down. Sorry. Groks make not safe for work AI companions, which is sweet for incels and people who just don't want to leave the house. I saw this come up on my Instagram profile and I'm going to read it to you. Grok has made horny AI personas. Silicon Valley built an anime girlfriend before they built artist rights. Bang! That's topical. Distraction, not disruption. You're safe for now. I don't know what. I must have been drunk when I wrote that. AI sex companions for dirty chat on Grok. I just don't trust Elon Musk with that kind of data. Imagine if he went if someone was using it, a little bit of sexting with their Grok AI companion. just going to murder my first plus again. Yeah. Say someone was AI sexting with their not safe for work companion on Grok, but then a month, 3 months, 6 months down the line, this person who's AI sexting with their not safe for work AI companion on Grok becomes enemies with Elon Musk. All those sexts are getting leaked. They're getting leaked. He's leaking everything. Like, I just don't think, why would, I mean, I just don't know if you should sext with an AI companion. Is it healthy? Because it's just a feedback loop, right? Eventually, it's just going to feedback, and then you just think you're some kind of like sexting god, and then you go, right, I've practiced on this AI not safe for work AI sex companion. I'm going to join a dating app, and I'm going to go sexty, and it just doesn't work. Also, Elon Musk will release your sexts. I think I don't trust the guy. Wow, where are we at now? Right. Before I get onto my main topic, which I wanted to talk about making documentaries and how fun they are, and how I want to make more, and how I've just done one recently, and I'm just about to go into the edit, which is like the hard bit, right? A documentary the hard bit is definitely post-production. Let's talk about some fun production stuff. I watched a making of F1 the movie after watching F1 the movie, and there's some shots in the thing where he's got like camera facing Bradley Pitt or Damson Idris. The camera's facing them like this, and then it just goes rotates around to like a shot of the front of the car, like it goes. It's insane. Like, and the whole film was shot on the Venice, right? The main narrative part of the film was shot on the Sony Venice 2. Which I've got Sony Venice 1. So if you need a DOP with a Sony Venice, you can hire me. www.benmillsdop.com. Happy to work on your project, whatever it is. I don't care. Anyway, so they shot the whole thing on Venice 2, but they needed to obviously match the footage for that with the action cam stuff. So what they did was they just ripped apart Sony FX3, which they made the creator on, which was Gareth Edwards' film, which we mentioned last episode. So it all comes together, synergy. They ripped apart an FX3 and built into this like mental little action camera, and then had trailing cables into a little unit thing that did all the recording, so they could keep it really stripped down. It's incredible. I'll put some little overlay images of that happening now. That was really interesting, and I'm glad that they've showed us how they did that. But that little camera, they should make the little FX3 action camera. People would lap that up. All them 20 to 30 people that make car content. Yeah. But yeah, I'm all about that. Get the shot however you can. We've strapped stuff to cars before. I made a video like back in the early days of 360 cameras and VR for McLaren with Alonso and Jenson Button. Maybe I could put some of that here as well if I can find it. Yeah, so like, and that was all those cameras were made by this guy. It was basically a 3D printed shell, and they slot, I think, 6 GoPros in or 8 GoPros, and then that would create a 16K image because it's got like shot them all at 2 UHD, I think, and then you join all that image together, give you big flat thing, your sphere thing. So that was like all made in like someone's living room on a 3D printer. I mean, and now people are just like ripping apart FX3s, which this is shot on. I'm shooting on FX3, so put this in a car, strip it out. I'm not going to take it apart though because it's my main camera at the moment. Yeah, so that leads me on to, I guess, my main topic that I wanted to talk about, which is documentaries and making documentaries. I love making documentaries. I just made a documentary about people like building apps and scripts and software and stuff in a cottage in the middle of nowhere. I can't really go into too much of the detail because I signed an NDA. But it was the first like full like 3-day documentary I'd done in maybe 10 years. And it was so much fun to kind of like have stories developing around us, and have 2 cameras, have a proper soundy, and have a reporter who's there not only asking the questions and doing some of the interviews, but what we're all there like developing stories, going, okay, well, those 2 have started working together, so let's go over and film with them. Oh, that guy's doing that. Okay, well, let's go and get some footage of at least him doing that. So it was really fun to kind of build and edit on the fly while we're shooting. And I'm really up for doing more of that. I've done another documentary recently, which was like started off as just an interview. So we went to an office of a company that do like climate risk and how they use AI and different things together to to like ascertain risk and then sell that information on to insurance companies or to local authorities. But that started out just as an interview, and then then it became like, oh, maybe we need an interview from someone here, and then maybe we could bring in some stuff here, and then we went and shot some links to kind of bring it all together. And that that's crafting documentaries has become like a really fun like part of what I do on a weekly basis, as well as doing like filming corporate videos and adverts, music videos and stuff, that actually going out and not just shooting stuff, but actually being part of the production and directing stuff, and like at least building story. I've been doing a lot more of that. I think that's everything. How many minutes we're in? 20 minutes. I don't think this is going to be as long as last time. What else can I talk about? Maybe I could go on the internet. Let's do one quick scan of the internet. What website should we use? Let's do Creative Moment again, see if anything new's happened. Latest work. Okay. It's this fucking website. No, there's not really much on here. Right, British tennis star beat moving car tennis rally record. Right. Okay. Jamie Murray and Laura Robson play tennis or do a tennis rally on cars. Now that's pretty impressive. I wonder if they use the FX3 on a twister head for that. Let me just mute that. Filmed on a private airfield conducted under controlled and enhanced safety conditions. This is a stunt. Do not try this at home. Who's going to try that at home? I would try that. No, I wouldn't. I just think strap me to a car and let's do a tennis rally. How many did they do? Yeah. I mean, it's a Lexus thing, right? It doesn't say how many they did though. They smashed 2 Guinness records. Right, so the fastest speed on recording during a tennis rally of moving cars at 29 miles per hour and achieving a continuous rally of 101 hits. Well done, Jamie Murray and Laura Robson. You are an inspiration to people around the world, especially people who want to win Guinness World Records. Yeah. And, there's a Guinness World Record holder in my family, but I just don't want to go into it because it's really embarrassing. For them, not for me. That's it. I mean, Stunt Watch with Hannah Jackson. All right, so I don't want to do that one. Yeah, I mean, I can't really go more into that. Let's just do breaking news. Let's see if there's any breaking news before we wrap up. Starmer's fury over Afghan data breach as he warns Tories have questions to answer. I'm Keir Starmer. I'm not going to get into politics. I'm not a politics guy. I just think they're all crooks and they're all liars. Anyway, that is episode 2 in the can. I'd like to thank you all for watching episode 1. Please continue to watch episode 3 when it comes out, possibly on Tuesday. I'm going to Ibiza now. My bag hasn't arrived, and I feel like my life isn't complete without it. Please like, share, subscribe, And JJ, this isn't another suicide note. Thanks for watching.